Yes, brothers and sisters, hope everybody's well. Love and light to you all. Well, it's all going off on YouTube, isn't it not? Between the 3Ds, they were all once so tight, and it's all fell apart. Entertaining, to say the least. I watched Dougie losing his shit in that car, and I must admit I was laughing my head off. You know, when somebody gets under somebody else's skin that much, and I've been there, you know, that it comes out in like uncontrollable outbursts. I find that stuff hilarious. I don't know if I've got a funny sense of humour or what, but I just find that stuff funny. And I was laughing big time. Spoke to Dougie on the phone. I do speak to Dougie. You know, there's mixed opinions on Dougie, as he is on everybody. You know, but I've always got on with him. You know, we had a couple of words in the gym that day, but we smoothed that over, and ever since then, you know, I've been cushy with him. I respect him, you know, and I've seen a side to him what a lot of people probably don't see. You know, he's a funny man. You know, he's got good banter and he's quite witty. You know, and we always have a laugh when we're on the phone. I've invited him up for a podcast and that, and we might get that over the line in the next week or so. Wanting to fight Dean and the other one. Well, I think he splatters Dean. You know, for whatever my opinion's worth, I have to tell things how it is. That's how it is for me. That's where I stand on it. It doesn't mean it's how it is for everyone. You know, this is my view. He splatters Dean. How does he do with the other one? Well, we don't know, do we? You know, we just don't know because we haven't seen it. You know, I think it'll be a good fight. Good fight for sure. We'll see. Time will tell. Will it pan out? Will it happen? You know, maybe. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Dean, I haven't really got any problems with Dean. Yes, boys. We've had a bit of chew in the past. Seems to be doing his own thing, and you know, good luck to him. This BKB contender thing doesn't seem a bad idea at all, you know, and I wish it all the very best. You know, Dean's saying he wants to fight the other lad again. Can't see that fight panning out any different than it did the first time. You know, no disrespect intended. I've just got to say it how I see it. You know, Dean doesn't hit hard enough, really, to cause that lad any problems. He's got a few moves. He's definitely done boxing. You know, he's got a few moves and he's got quite good feet. But I just don't think he's got enough pop to cause a heavyweight problems, and that's just my opinion, that's just my take on it. Anyway, I wish him well. The other lad, well, there's one thing for certain I can say about him: he can have a fight. You know, there's no two ways about it. The lad can have a fight. Yes, definitely. He's got a bit of a crack on him as well. I'm not sure how much of a big puncher he is at heavyweight, for a heavyweight, but he can crack, and he can definitely have a fight. But you know, you hear this thing that's been said a few times. You know, he's a proper fighting man. You know, and he'll fight anyone. I do have to disagree on that, you know. Yes, he can fight, but fight anyone, you know, doesn't seem to have been the case. You know, there was, I mean, the lads he was being in with weren't up to much, you know, and could have been the best available opponents at the time. They could well have been, I'm not saying they weren't, but you know, none of them were much cop. Some tough men for sure, but not like good fighters really. I mean, I remember it was matched with Cowboys Michaels, who can fight, and he pulled out a week or 2 weeks before Mickey Terrell went over and fought him and beat him. Then I remember Davy Joe Joyce called him out. Now, as we know, that man can fight. And from what I remember, he never replied, responded, never acknowledged the call out whatsoever. It's never even been mentioned, you know. And then we had Mickey Terrell calling him out, and he ended up not wanting to fight him because Mick was being disrespectful. Apparently that was the reason he didn't want to fight him. Well, you know, Dougie seems to have been disrespectful as well. You know, so where's the line? What's the difference? You know, real proper fighting men, in my opinion, should fight anyone. Especially if someone calls them out, you fight them. You know, they don't need to be respectful. You don't need loopholes and reasons on or off or anything. You get a location, you sort it out and you fight. That's a real fighting man. You know, I would never call myself a fighting man. I fight for money now. Yes, that's true, but I know real fighting men, you know, and I'm not one of them, you know. I wouldn't just fight anybody, any size, anywhere, just because they called me out. You know, I'd need a personal reason, you know, or I'd need to feel threatened there and then. They're probably the only two reasons I would fight anyone, anywhere. But, like I say, I've no dislike for Dean, or the other lad really for that matter. I've nothing left in us to give, you know. That died a while ago, that feeling, you know, whatever, you know. I can't say I wish him well, I can't say I wish him harm, I just, you know, it is what it is. Same with Dean, you know, got no dislike for the man, and whatever he's doing with his venture, you know, I hope it pans out and does well. But, anyways, I've rambled for long enough. I'm pulling up at Alice's now. Bye bye for now, people.